Hey Pony, this is Twistermon aka StarSinger, and yes, I'm back with another reaction of r/plays My Little Pony Battle, the Brony faction. This is an unexpected request from my girlfriend's brother Nate, because he actually knew that I was doing reaction videos because he have actually heard from his sister, my girlfriend. So he sent me a text message and link to the video that I'm going to react to. So I haven't actually heard about this art place, but it seems to be pretty interesting, so I think it's time to react to it. Right, StarSinger? Right. Then let us begin in 3, 2, 1.
r/place, or rplace, was a Reddit social experiment taking place April 1st of 2017. It consisted of a 1000 by 1000 grid of pixels. Any Reddit user could draw on this canvas, but there was a catch. Only one pixel could be drawn every 5 or so minutes. Anyone could draw over your pixels at any time, so if you wanted to create something, you had better also been prepared to defend it. This resulted in countless communities coming together to leave their mark on this historic canvas of the internet. Battles for territory, faction delegates partaking in World Congress, civil wars, and many other political elements became regular during the couple days r/place existed.
Okay, so that's what it's all about.
5, 4, 2, 1, go.
Some factions were not so organized. Today we'll be focusing on, what else? The Brony faction. The Brony faction consisted primarily of r/My Little Pony subscribers. Their means of communication was spread across multiple subreddits and Discord servers. Much of the leadership and soldiers made their home on the main chat Discord server.
Don't forget Tumblr, that's where it all began.
Repurposed for r/place discussion. This is r/place in the earliest recorded hours. When the canvas first went public, it quickly became a free-for-all of rapidly expanding lines and blocky text as people frantically clicked to leave their mark.
Wow,
but it didn't
it's
take long
almost like Pony
faction
Town
got
or
involved
whatever
with
it's
the creation
called.
of a Pinkie Pie near the lower right-hand corner. Unfortunately, it was this placement which would lead to Pinkie's demise, as the blue corner was one of r/place's earliest factions, and it spread rapidly. Eventually, Blue Corner consumed our poor Pinkie.
Oh no, poor Pinkie Pie.
Every attempt to ponify it ended in failure? Far from it. In fact, sometime before Pinkie's demise, a new project was already underway to the north. The beginnings of Dashie were being created. Perhaps it's because this particular design didn't look too much like a pony at first, or maybe it was just good luck, but one way or another, Dashie was soon completed. To further memorialize their efforts, the Brony faction began work on a black border to help Dashie stand out. It was around this time that recruitment reached an all-time high, and the Brony efforts became more organized.
Okay, in other words, it sounds like a world war, but with paint.
We could leave our mark on the canvas. But alas, an evil force could be heard growling in the distance. Most factions were happy to work together in the interest of self-preservation and the bond of alliance, but there was one group that had no interest in making friends. The Void. The Void had one goal, and that was to continuously cleanse the canvas and replace it with empty blackness. Some tried to defend the efforts of the Void as a necessary evil to purge the weak and create room for other factions, but anyone trying to protect creations of their own quickly lost faith in that thinking. They were well organized and easily outnumbered most other factions. Dashie was
This is why I usually use Flash or Paint to Sign instead of this.
But worst of all is her black border.
No offense.
When the Void begins a campaign of destruction, they start by picking a core location. Their core becomes a starting point for their black tendrils to spread from. Once their forces had systematically queued up their available pixels, the Void would strike with a massive attack. It was a devastating tactic. Countless factions and works of art were forever lost to the Void. Dashie's black border was the problem. It was already larger than most of the Void's previous cores. Although Dashie was viewed as an easy target to some, she was far from undefended. The defenders of Dashie had a few tricks up their sleeve. For one, we were one of many factions to employ bots. Bots were usually Python scripts that performed clicks on behalf of a user. Bots still had to follow all of the same rules and didn't have any distinct advantages aside from running overnight.
That's
So they weren't
almost like
exactly
in World of
discouraged.
Warcraft.
On
If
the
you're
whole,
hacking an
Dashi probably
account
had
and do
about 50
botting,
bots
that
protecting
is
her
called
at the peak,
bot.
in addition to the human soldiers. It's not at all
Actually.
a stretch to assume Dashi had far more humans than bots.
Why I
despite
know
the
that
enemies
is because
thinking
I
the
actually
opposite.
heard about
Even
it.
so, those numbers paled in comparison to the larger factions, especially the numbers the Void could boast at any given time. Some factions, including the Void, used paid-for bots to expand their territory. There was another unexpected challenge to overcome, however. Dashi had undergone multiple small changes over the course of her life, including the border, the addition of text, cutie marks, and a few pixel-perfect improvements.
That
Soldiers
sounds
using
pretty
old
okay.
templates found themselves at war with newer updates. This meant we had to not only defend against random vandalism and foreign invaders, but also our own outdated bots. The primary maintainer of the Brony bots worked hard to produce
What do you
scripts,
expect?
templates, and
This is some
automatically
kind of
updating
a site
websites
where
needed to keep the
everybody's
bots from
drawing
destroying
it.
each other.
Not
Many
just
helped
one.
out, but a leading individual was Hithrock. While the Brony faction had no formal leader, he easily qualifies as this history lesson's most notable figure. Dashi's secret weapon was actually the text above her.
They had a really uncoordinated attack trying to change ponies, whereas if they had all said everyone attack the pony,
So
they
those
would
are
have
the
easily destroyed
bronies
it.
at the
Most acts of
podcast.
random vandalism were attempts to change the text, as evident in this heat map. This meant unorganized vandalism was not a major threat. Virtually
What the-
every bordering faction was either indifferent or allied with Dashi. Among the most active were Halo, Parahumans, Sans, and Tiny TARDIS. All of these factions had regular back and forth, with both sides
I don't
occasionally
know
sending
really.
representatives
I will
to
not
call for
side with
assistance or to
anything actually
communicate
if
plans.
it is
There was
controversial.
a period of time where
I'm
war
just staying
almost
out of the
broke out
way.
with Halo when it was proposed to expand Master Chief into our territory. But this was also around the time an alliance was being formed, so the invasion never
Well, the
formally
chief
took
from
place.
RB and the
Brony
chief would
faction
actually
took
not
part in a
prove to
small-scale
be
civil war
blocked
when
that
Halo's
way.
text was changed into Fix MCC, referring to the Master Chief collection, which a lot of Halo fans were unhappy about.
Fix
Tiny
MCC?
TARDIS
What
was
is
a close
that?
ally most of the time, but there was one incident worth mentioning. They were partially damaged by the addition of a blue shield and later invaded by Portugal's color. At this time, the Brony faction decided to use this as an opportunity to expand. We started adding a Sunset Shimmer cutie mark, but it wasn't long before Tiny TARDIS sent a representative to explain that they hadn't given up on the territory yet. The Bronies had to choose between declaring war on the Doctor Who fandom or
Okay, that was
Favorite
pretty
assistant TARDIS. It didn't take
imaginable.
long to settle on the latter, and Tiny TARDIS was quickly restored. Ultimately, the Bronies remained a friendly faction with many unspoken and formal alliances. At one point, there was a small-scale enemy campaign to falsely implicate the Brony faction in an invasion of our
Why
neighbors.
not take a print
but this
screen so
scheme
it
never
will
came
not
to
be
fruition.
ruined forever? I
Around
mean, a
midway
picture
through
can
the
actually
event,
not be
Brony
ruined.
spirits were high. We had claimed a reasonably large area, proved our defenses as a force to be reckoned with, and were on good terms with all but the most unfriendly factions. Dedicated soldiers spent hours diplomatizing and managing our pixel resources to defend Dashi. Some skipped meals and obligations with the hope that we could keep Dashi's presence strong to the very end. This was an inspiration to the Brony community and an engaging activity which brought people together. But there was a growing concern on everyone's minds. How
Ah,
long
so
could
that's
we
how
hold
it
out?
actually happened.
Every participant of r/place was keen to know when the final hours of the event would be. Having this information would be the ultimate weapon, allowing for a final push, whether intending to attack or defend. When asked about the event's end, one moderator replied with this ASCII image of a rabbit, heavily implying Easter to be the final day of r/place. This news came as a shock to many, but especially the Brony faction.
I wonder how
Easter was
Fluttershy would
weeks
actually
away,
react to
and
this.
although Dashi held strong thus far, it would only take one coordinated attack from the Void to put all of our efforts to an end. The news spread late at night during the second day. Some soldiers decided to dig in and protect Dashi to the very end. Others accepted the fact that there was no way
What
we
if
could
the
hold out
Void
for
was
that long.
the
Many of the
administrators
Brony soldiers went
themselves?
to bed that night,
Not just
unsure if
the
Dashi
users.
would still be there in the morning. To the surprise of many, the event ended early on the third day. Not Easter, as previously rumored. It was a bittersweet ending, because although it was sad to see the event come to a close, it was also a relief for the Brony faction to know our little Dashi had not only survived, but thrived during the Great Pixel War. The final
Wow.
image contains only 4 pixels of vandalism, which easily fade away when viewing the canvas as a whole. Not only did we succeed in protecting Dashi for almost the entire duration,
Okay, the
this was
event
also
is
an activity
actually
that brought people
over,
together
but
and inspired.
still,
From
the
early
thing
demise of
actually
Leapfrog to the long-standing defense
survived.
of Dashi, to another pony presence entirely in the form of the Berry Tube logo, Bronies have left their mark on internet history yet again. This video followed the history of ponies in r/place, but as you can imagine, there were thousands of groups involved. I highly recommend you check out more information about the event as a whole. There's a link in the description to a super cool webpage that serves as an atlas of the whole thing. Did you like this video? Were you one of the soldiers during r/place?
Nope.
In any event, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. As always, be sure to check out my other videos, subscribe for more, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!
You're welcome. Okay, so this was my reaction to this video. Let's say that I was pretty impressed to see that there was an event going on, but sorry, I wasn't one of the soldiers. StarSinger agrees. So, yeah, I never heard about it, but still it was an event to actually be remembered by. If so, that the Rainbow Dash still actually survived that until the end, I would pretty much be impressed in the next event or something like it, I don't know. Ah well. Anyways, this was the reaction, so I have no reaction at all, I just commented a bit, I don't know. But anyways, it's a pretty good video actually, and also LittleshyFiM would actually be honored to see this reaction video or something like it. Or if not, then it's not really a big deal because I did our best actually. So anyways, peace out bronies, I'll see you next time.